I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Oh yeah, I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Oh yeah, I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. This is the Business Zone with
Gilbert and me, Crystal. I was trying to see it told me that we weren't live, and I was like, huh? So I'm sorry, everyone. I got kind of caught off guard.
my co-hosts. Always give me comic relief, guys.
Yes, today is it's
So,
Halloween,
co-host, how
man.
you doing? I'm trying. I'm trying to do this in-person thing today, and I'll see how it is. My eye is still messed up. Can't really see that well. Even these glasses I'm wearing, I can hardly see what's on the screen.
Oh, really? Are you
Yeah.
having problems when you do your class as well?
Yeah, see, I gotta put my face close to the screen to see the words.
Oh, well, you don't have to see the people. There's no people to see but me.
I know.
So you're
I
you're
think
okay.
I
When
think what I need though, I need one of those big magnifying glasses, to put in front of my screen so the words will look bigger.
Well, I guess you could do that, or I guess you could have like a TV size monitor there.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
I
that
think
that would
I
work for
think
you as
Lisa's
well.
trying to join. I think Lisa is trying to join co-host. So
Yeah. Well, we're gonna bring her on in a second. Um,
okay.
so we'll do our So everyone, do we want to welcome you guys to the community brief? Oh, Lordy, have mercy. To the business zone with Crystal and Gilbert. I guess I got too many shows. I done forgot who and where I am. I am so sorry.
And then, when you're a versatile player in the marketplace, man, that's how it is. So we get
Yeah,
you.
it's something like that. But yeah,
Yeah.
today I think I didn't get a lot of sleep. I think that's what the problem is. I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. So you guys have to. I think I've only
Forgive
actually.
you a little bit. Give you some
Yeah,
grace.
huh?
They need to give you some grace.
Yes, give me some grace because I don't even think I slept for maybe 2 hours at best
Wow.
last night. I couldn't get to sleep, um so that's why the gravelly voice today. But it maybe it sounds more radio like when it sounds all gravelly.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Now, for those
So
of
how?
you who are just tuning in, this is the Business Zone with Crystal and Gilbert. We're on every Friday from 3 to 4:30. And this Business Zone, folks, is a show for the podcast for small businesses to help you become business ready, contract ready, bank loan ready, and even nonprofit ready. We provide resources on this show that will help you to tap into a lot of contract opportunities. And boy, oh boy, we've got contract opportunities up the yin yang right now. We've got all these opportunities for 2026, all the way past 2028, the LA 2028 Olympics and the 2026 FIFA World Cup and NBA All Star Game. So, guys, tune in, stay connected so we can help you out with opportunities and tell you how to get access to those. Okay. So, co-host, I see we've got another person joining here, Desi. I think we didn't send them the right link.
This gonna
Can you
overpower
hear
the
me,
system?
co-host?
Yeah, I can, but we're losing our connection because I think too many people in the
Oh,
system.
so
So let me see if I can get. Let me make sure I tag her.
tell you what, I'll mute myself and then I'll give them the link.
Well, actually, they can just go straight to LinkedIn, and I am going to tag Desiree right now,
Mm-hmm.
and they can go there, or they can go to our Facebook page on the
Oh,
Business Zone.
okay.
So either or will be. I will tag them on our LinkedIn.
Well, folks, we're glad to have you here. We're glad you're tuning in, and all the wonderful supporters of Desiree. who's going to be our guest here today. She's going to tell us a lot about her business, and she's also going to tell us about her book, her new and amazing book that she has written, which has been helping a lot of public works agencies and a lot of organizations. So we're pretty excited to have Desiree here today on our show, and also to have her followers with her supporters. I
Exactly.
love it when we go places as small business and we have our little sharing group behind us. Hey, I love that.
Yeah, it's fantastic. They actually can go, I believe we're live right now on YouTube. So
Yeah.
if you guys go over, and I'll put our YouTube channel in the chat. And if you guys go over there, then you can chat in through the chat on YouTube. But let me get you to our linked into for that, and then that way we can be seen, and then we can actually see your chats as well. When you put a chat in, when you put a message in the chat, we can actually see it, and we can show it on the show and everything. So
Now you're gonna put the YouTube link in the chat so they
I
can.
am. Yeah, so they can actually see it, but it's got to come up. We got too many things happening right now going
Perfect.
on. Yeah, too much. I got too much power happening over here. So in the meantime, but if you guys want to go over to our YouTube channel, actually, this is where they can go right now. I'll populate this on the screen, and this will be the fastest way to get there.
So, folks, while my co-host is setting that up to help some of the viewers and listeners tap into our show via LinkedIn or Facebook, on YouTube, I want to let you guys know that you too can be a subscriber, free subscriber. We're not asking you for any money. So you too can be a subscriber. Just go to youtube.com, and then when you get there, go to the search window and type the Business Zone podcast, and you will see our shows. Just click on any one of them. It will take you to our page, and then there you can click on the subscribe button and go ahead and subscribe. If you're watching the show right now, there is a QR code on our screen right now between the images of both my co-host and I. Just go ahead and take your phone, put it in camera mode, and take a picture of that QR code, and just click on it, and then you'll be able to register there as well. But we're pretty excited to have you guys with us today, and we're all getting ready for this 2026. This is Brenda Love. We're here. All right, Brenda. Thank you for being here. For Desiree. Well, yes, guys, we're gonna have some amazing information to share with you about how you guys can tap into these contract opportunities for the FIFA World Cup and also for the LA 2028 Olympics, as well as other government contract opportunities. As a matter of fact, today, co-host, I received an email from a contract provider who is linked with one of those transportation agencies up in the San Joaquin area. So currently, they have a contract opportunity. They're going to do some construction, rail construction, light rail construction. So they sent me this bid notification information. So
Oh,
those are some of
wonderful.
the things. Those are some of the things I'm going to go over in my workshop on November 11th to show folks how to respond to those types of opportunities, how to prepare themselves, and how they can communicate with those contract providers with confidence so they can win these opportunities. So that's pretty much what's going on.
That is
Yeah.
fantastic, Gilbert. So you want to, first of all, how was your week? That's the
Oh
first
my
thing.
Lord, my week.
I know
co-host,
you lost a course this week, so I'm sure you were quite busy.
Yes, I was extremely busy because I did that informational session on Tuesday to talk about this upcoming next level contract readiness mentorship program that I'm launching on November 11th. So we
Mm-hmm.
had quite a few people in there. I think about 20 people were in there, and we went through the whole program. It was really amazing, and it just showed me that a lot of small businesses are ready to get new contracts, in 2026 and beyond. So I was pretty excited about that. Another thing, another thing I must say, co-host, is like sometimes my short-term memory goes. And I think it's from this incident that I had back in July where I was attacked. You
Okay.
know, so sometimes I don't remember. The reason I remember you co-host is because I got your name written down here,
Well,
and you.
hopefully, because you see me every week. Hopefully, and you've been seeing me for every week for 10 years.
So that's how I remember you. We got a few people in the chat here, so I know we're gonna have an interesting show. We got John Smith. Hey, John, what up? John said hello.
Hello,
And then he said,
John.
I love what you people are talking about. I love it. Thank you, John. And then who else do we have here? We got quite a few people here saying hi and hello. Thanks to Desiree, our guest today. She's got a following, guys. I'm gonna
That's
have to.
that's fantastic.
I'm gonna have to hang with her so I can build my following like her. How about you, co-host? How was your week?
My week went well. I actually was honored this
Really?
weekend
And you
over the
didn't tell me?
weekend.
Come on,
Well, I didn't
co-host.
tell a lot of people, but yeah,
Come on. You if you didn't tell other people, that's fine, but you got to tell me. I'm your co-host. I'm the DJ. I'm the one who's been propping you up and patting you on the shoulders, and so you gotta.
this is true. I was honored at the Black Women's Network,
Mhm.
and I received the Marva Battle Bay a Lifetime Achievement Award,
Oh wow, you got that
and
award?
I did, I
Oh,
did.
right, man. See, co-host, you were too modest, man. You are too modest.
For my community work, for the community work that I do. And so I would thank you, thank you, thank you. It was Saturday,
Yeah.
and I had a very good time. And so I was honored. I was introduced by my mentor, Dr. Rosie Milligan, and she's a mentor and activist, and we do our activating together. And then, as well as Miss Gwen Goodman, she's the program and she does the program for us. So we had an excellent program. It was called Boots on the Ground, and let me see if I can pull up the flyer really quick. It was fun, and everybody, well, I wasn't, but everyone was in their um, cowboy bling, denim, and cowboy boots and cowboy hats because it was called Boots on the
Mm,
Ground.
mm, mm, mm.
And so we had a really, really wonderful time. And then on that was on Saturday, and then on Sunday, I actually went to a boots on the ground cowboy western, not a rodeo, but it was a music festival in Griffin Park. So we did the whole boots on the ground thing.
Mhm. That is great. That is great,
with
man.
with all of our cowboy western, and so on Sunday I was in my western gear, and so it was a lot of fun. We had a really, really, really good time. But yeah,
Oh,
so I want to thank the Black Women's Network, which is actually started by Marva Battle Bay. If you guys don't know her, she was a maven in our city. She did some amazing things far as real estate. Her nonprofit, Vermont
she
Slauson
was a
Economic
founder. She
Development.
was a founder of that agency, right?
She was the founder of that agency and just absolutely phenomenal. We didn't know until she passed away how much she protected our community
Yeah.
from the barracudas that were trying to and the piranhas that were trying to tap into our marketplace.
See,
So
that's usually how it is, though, co-host. People don't talk about you or recognize you until you're dead. Now you're not even there to receive that recognition. So
no, no.
luckily they gave you this recognition this week, early while you're still here with us. So, big ups to that, much respect.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So it was so that was my weekend, quite busy, quite busy. So before we bring my guest on, we want our guest on. We're gonna do. You want to tell us what you were doing this weekend, and then you want to share your
Yes. So
share the screen, share what you were doing.
so folks, I am launching a next level contract readiness mentorship program to mentor small and micro businesses who've been in business over 3 years, so 3 years and beyond. And this is to help small businesses obtain contract opportunities, help them to become ready for those opportunities. A lot of small businesses are a little bit nervous about how to bid, how to write a proposal, how to develop their statement of qualifications, capability statement, and all of that, set up their back office. So, because they're not so sure what to do, I've developed this program to help them better understand, better manage, and also to go after these contracts so they can win. And, for those of you who don't know my background, I've been in the space for over 30 years. I've worked with some of the major players in the marketplace: LA Unified School District, LA Community College District, LA Metro, the mayor's office, City of Los Angeles, and even some commercial contract providers such as Kiwi. So I help those guys with contract compliance, labor compliance, and just the fact that we merge small business with public works contracting so that they can perform and they can win. So all of that knowledge is what I'm bringing to the table to help these small businesses, how to write the winning proposal. Folks get nervous when it comes to writing proposal. So I just want to show them how to respond to it when they get an RFP. What, in essence, is the contract provider looking for in those RFP? If the contract provider sends out an RFQ, which is a request for quote, then or for qualifications, then I'll help you with that too, because I'm going to help you to develop your own statement of qualifications. So when you receive that request, it's going to be very easy for you to just cut and paste, put all that information in their system so that you can stand out among your competitors. So that's what we're doing for small businesses, guys. There are billions of dollars out there. As a matter of fact, this Olympics that's coming up, they said the budget for that is $5 billion, $5 billion, right? And most of those are going to be contract opportunities for small and micro businesses. And we just want to make sure that you guys have a place at the table. And like my co-hosts say all the time, we want to make sure that you are at the table and not on the menu. Because if you're on the menu, then they're always talking about you or they're trying to devour you. You don't want that.
In this day and age, they're trying to devour you.
Yeah, they're trying to devour you. They're trying to get rid of all the programs out there. I just received a letter from Metro saying that the Orange Man there down in Washington is trying to do away with the DBE program. So now you got to prove that you're DBE. Now, DBE means disadvantaged business enterprise. And that means that you don't have the advantages and opportunities like some of the larger firms. And part of the requirements for that is that if your company makes less than, what is it? Gosh, I'm trying to remember. I think it's 30. Now it's 30 million. They bring it to 30 million. If your annual revenues don't exceed 30 million over the last 3 years, then you are a disadvantaged business. None of us,
Wow.
none of us are close to that 30 million, but that's what they said. That's a threshold. So now they're saying you got to prove that you're really disadvantaged. That means you got to be from the hood. You got to, have bad credit or something to that effect, which is really crazy to me. So because of those things, I'm trying to get the small businesses and micro businesses out there prepared and ready to bid on these contracts so they can get their piece of the pie and at the table. So with that being said, I had an informational meeting on Tuesday, October 28th, to let people know a little bit about this program that I'm launching on November 11th. It's going to be a 12-week class, and it's going to cover a lot of areas. It's on my website, and I'm just going to put up the banner right now. I'm going to share my screen and put up the banner so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about.
And while you're doing that, Gilbert, so for us as Black people in this country, it is imperative, and I think there's a lot of initiatives and processes is going on in Los Angeles today, where we're all joining together so that we can have a bigger voice, and so which is very, very important, and in order to gain our power. And so this is important what you're doing, and then we all need to make sure that we're supporting one another, so that we'll know where these opportunities are. And if you're a general contractor, then you can bring in other subcontractors under you and just spread that wealth. $5 billion is a lot of money.
Oh, yeah.
So there's everybody can get a piece of this pie, and it definitely could be a major change in our communities.
Okay. So they're telling me that screen
challenging?
sharing is not allowed at this point. So
Yeah, I think it's because we have too many people on the platform.
okay. All right.
Okay, so I'll show it later on.
Yeah, we'll show
I'll
it
show
later
it
on,
at the
guys.
end.
So
Send it over to me, and then
yeah,
I can
yeah.
make sure it's shown.
So,
All right. With that, guys, we're gonna bring our guests on today. We still got a little feedback, but it's not as bad as it has been. So just check your
what does
settings.
it sound like?
Like not as bad as last time, but I can hear me.
Sound
I
like
can
a
hear
whistle?
it. Huh?
Sound like a whistle?
Yeah, a little whistle, but you can hear the tail end of my words.
Oh.
But I think that's coming from you. Okay, so let's bring in our guest and get to know her as I tune her in. And let me see, adjust everything, and then I'm gonna move us so she's here.
So she's front and center, huh?
Front and center.
Wow.
But everything is moving a little slow. I'm gonna move you here.
While you're doing this, let me give a little overview there about my interaction with Miss Desiree Saddler. I met her how many years ago? I don't remember, but I met her at an event that Kimberly Rolfe was launched over at USC.
Yes.
And so I gave a presentation, and I was talking about Small Biz Pro and all the benefits and how it helps small businesses. And Desiree came up to me and she was talking to me, and I said, "Wow, this lady is dynamic. I like her." So then we started talking. She started telling me about our program, and I said, "Wow, it would be nice if we could work together." But then we just lost contact and never got together again. And then last year at the Proud Bird, GLAC was having they're having an event for, I think it was in February. It was Black History Month. And yes. So we were talking about that, and then she came up again. She said, "Do you remember me?" So you know me, my memory is no good. I can't remember anything. So I said, "Wait a second." I said, and then she told me. She said, "Oh yes." So then we reconnected then, and the next thing I know, she's in the BEP program now, the business evolution program.
Yeah.
So with that, and then she told me
Oh,
about the book.
okay.
Yeah, she told me about the book that she wrote and all of that great stuff. She even got a contract opportunity, which I let her speak about because yeah, it was just wonderful. So that's how we met. So
Okay, so let me tell them, let me read her bio and then we can jump on in. So Desiree Saddler is the principal and owner of Saddler Consulting Group, a firm that specializes in human resource, executive coaching, organizational development, learning and developmental development needs. With over 25 years of experience, she had 27. She just told me she acquired 2 more years. She had served the needs of global organizations across various industries such as banking, entertainment, manufacturing, and nonprofit organization. She's passionate about helping businesses build strong teams that communicate clearly and work efficiently. She has taught over 10,000, you guys hear that? 10,000 workshops
that's what
and
I'm
has
talking.
designed and designed curricular in numerous content area, including leadership, communication, generational differences, diversity and inclusion, and emotional intelligence, which is very, very important in this day's world, man.
Mhm.
She holds her MA in organizational management from the University of Phoenix. She has a BA in psychology with an emphasis in human resources from Cal State University in Long Beach. She is certified in 13 different behavioral and leadership assessment as a MBTI, situational leadership 2, and DID. This definitely government and corporate world because all of these acronyms, DISC, and she's also a faculty member for the American Management Association and. Oh wow, I haven't seen this word in a long time. Franklin Covey training delivery consultant. That's when I was in the corporate world 35 years ago. She prides herself on partnering with her clients to ensure the best results to meet their learning and developmental needs. Everyone meet the spectacular Desiree
All
Sanders.
right.
Sattler.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's amazing that you saw that on their co-host, the MBTI,
yeah.
the Myers-Briggs type indicator. That's something I did like way back. You know, so I like the fact that she did it too. Because that was part of her development. So go ahead,
Yeah.
Miss Desiree.
That's why I have the 10,000 classes there. You see,
Yes,
it spans decades.
yes.
Girl, you should be tired.
It spans decades. Yes. Thank you. Thank you for that
Welcome
wonderful
to Business
introduction.
Zone.
Yeah. You guys should follow me around. I need you to introduce me wherever I go. That's good.
No,
All right.
not a problem. And here are her presenters.
Right. Exactly. Yes. Yes.
I'll
Yes.
follow you around.
But
Well, thank you so much. It's so good to be here with you guys. I really am. Yeah, and
Definitely.
yeah, I mean, gosh, at Saddler Consulting Group, we have about 8 to 10 different consultants that help me. So that's also counting the workshops that they do as well. And so,
Are these some
um,
of the folks that's here with you today, Desi
some of
and
yes, they are some of the consultants that help with the various different programs that we have with various different
Mhm.
organizations. Desi helps me out with LACO, LA County Office of Education Head Start
Oh,
FDC program.
since you
So
were
glad to
there,
have her here with me.
since
Thank
you
you
were
so
there, can you
much.
tell us about that contract?
Yeah, that's one of the contracts we have. Yeah, we've been with them for, gosh, I want to say we've been doing the Family Development Credential Program for now 10 years,
oh
a
wow.
little over 10 years. And every year we offer a class through LACO Head Start, and then we provide portfolio advisement for those. It's a program out of the University of Connecticut, and those students end up with a credential from the University of Connecticut once they go through the 15-week program. So
Beautiful.
yeah, it's a wonderful program. We've been doing it for quite some time. So that's just one of the contracts. But we have contracts with, we've had contracts with Toyota when they were here. Now they're gone. But we've had contracts with the city of Long Beach, the city of Redondo Beach, and the city of Torrance. And the one of mostly we've been working a lot with regional centers. We've worked with about 5 different regional centers that provide services to our communities and families that have disabilities for their children. And so I go in and I do various different leadership workshops. We have a wonderful RFP that we just won. And it was a national RFP and won the prime for that. And so excited that we're providing leadership training for about, I know, right? About
Awesome.
85 different leaders. And we took them through 6 sessions over various different cohorts, and just really helping those leaders bring their very best to work every single day, right? And helping them thrive as they support their employees. And so we do a lot of offsite retreats for executive leaders, and we do a lot of executive coaching. And then we do a lot of HR consulting. My original background was in HR. I was in HR for about 15 years. And so I
Okay.
worked in a lot of headquarters like Nestle, AAA, when AAA was on Figueroa right there,
Yeah.
and helped them with the relocation to Costa Mesa. And so I was in HR, but then I became a corporate trainer and like never looked back. I knew that's where I wanted to be. I wanted to really help, be on the preventive side instead of on the reactionary side. And I loved HR, but I love training and development even more. And so,
I'm gonna ask you a question, and I'm curious to see what your response is gonna be. I
uh,
think I already know what your response is gonna be, but I'm gonna ask you anyway.
okay,
Okay?
all right.
Do you think that you have you have mastered the craft of what you do, and you're doing what a lot of other people would like to do, but they are not able to in the marketplace?
Yes, 100%.
I am.
Um,
I'm excited you said that because she's so modest, co-host. See, she's never gonna pat herself on the back. She's gonna say, "Well, not really."
I know. I usually am, but nowadays it's rough out there. So,
Yeah, you gotta
it's,
separate yourself from the others. And here's the reason why I'm saying this. You've gotten 5 opportunities with the regional center.
yeah,
That's unheard of.
yeah, yeah,
You know how
yeah.
many people try to kill to get an opportunity with the regional center? I think there are what, 10 or 11 of them?
There's
Regional
actually there's actually 21.
21.
There's
And
21 regional
you've gotten
centers in
access to
California.
5 of those. You
Yes,
see what I'm saying?
yes,
That is difficult to do.
yeah.
I've worked with quite a few small businesses who have
Hmm.
been trying to get a contract with a regional center and they cannot. You got 5.
I'm very blessed. I am
You
extremely
are.
blessed. I know
Yes,
that.
you
No, it's yeah, 5, right? Like it's incredible. And it's
And that's an area that definitely, in corporate America, there's so many programs that are available to those that are looking to move forward and in that leadership position. But in
mhm,
education,
are.
it's not right. Once they get
right.
their credentials to teach, it
Right.
usually stops
Yeah.
there. And you can see it in how the children are being educated, because
Yeah.
the leadership is not there on a broad sense. And so I
Hmm.
think that's phenomenal, that LACO brought you in. uh,
Yeah.
Gilbert and I used to have a program. I used to do a
Yeah.
program for the adult education, at
with
it was
Lakeland.
a grant, I
Over
guess,
Mount
that
Sac.
yeah, at Mount Sac. So I taught um, mothers of children
Right.
that were in the system,
Mm.
and I taught them how to use QuickBooks and bookkeeping, and in order to get them off of the system and to be able to go out and have a skill set to work. And so
Right.
very proud of that program. We did it what for six
Yeah.
years, I guess, or about
Yeah,
6 years,
yeah,
and about 95% higher rate for all of our the moms, a few dads, but most of them. So I think as of today, they're not back on. They're not on social services. They were all
That's
able to go out and get jobs.
wow.
So very
Wow.
proud of that.
Congrats. Yeah. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
really good. That's really good. Yeah. So that, I mean, it is a blessing. And it's like what I love about doing that kind of work, it's helping our communities, right? Like that we live in. And so it's not just, it's great that I have these contracts and I'm able
right.
to build my business, but it's also giving back in a way. So it's like a win-win, right? So
yeah.
that's what I'm excited
The,
about. But yeah,
the one that I mean, I'm proud of you for getting those with the regional center and all of that
yeah,
at Lakeland.
yeah.
But the one that I'm proudest of is that national one that you won because that's from the whole country and they picked
Yes.
you. That
Yes.
means you were
Yeah.
outstanding. You
Yeah.
outperformed your competitors, and I really, really like that.
Yeah, and
You
that was
know?
the first, that was the first one that
Yeah,
it took a lot of, as you know, Gilbert, working with the small businesses, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears
yeah,
going after, submitting, thousands, hundreds of RFPs. And it's like, are
yeah,
you gonna ever get one? And then you get discouraged because you're
yeah,
like, I spend so many hours, working on these RFPs, and you send them and then you get close and you think you're finally gonna get it and then you don't. And so it was nice to have one pay off,
yeah.
and it was like, okay, so this can happen, right? Like it really is. It was a nice little feather in my
Means
cap.
you
Yeah.
outperformed your competitors, which is
Yeah.
amazing because
Yes.
it says, hey, of all the 300 people who applied for this, they chose me. That means
Yeah. And I didn't even realize it at first. I mean, I knew it was a large one, but when they decided to go with me, they let me know. They
yeah,
let me know. And it wasn't just one or two people that were
yeah,
voting on it. It was a committee and all
yeah.
the committee had to agree. So that made me feel really good. I was like,
And
okay, yeah,
another thing I want to give you kudos on is the measure of a true professional in the marketplace is huge, especially if they provide training and development. It's
yes,
usually if you've achieved training hours to exceed more than 10,000 hours, and you've done that. You
yes.
have done that. So now you're a professional. You can say you're a professional because you are. You have achieved the 10,000 hours. And it was
Hmm.
the same thing with me when I was doing my thing. I had to measure up to that because
Right.
our competitors were saying, well, he doesn't even know 5,000 hours. How can
Right.
he be a professional?
Exactly. Exactly.
So,
Yeah. So you get to finally say, yes,
yes. So that
I've achieved
10,000
that.
hours
Right.
that you've achievement, that's phenomenal also. And
Yeah.
that gives you bragging rights. I hope you know
It
that.
does. It gives lots of bragging rights. Yeah. And I had to do that in HR. So I think that's where I got the blueprint
Yeah,
because when I was teaching sexual harassment prevention workshops,
yeah,
in order for me to teach those, per the state of California, since supervisors, leaders, and supervisors have to take that training every 2.5 years, every 2 years to get certified in sexual harassment prevention, I had to have those hours in order to say that I'm an expert, right, in
yeah,
that
yeah.
field in order to teach those classes as well. So I did that when I was in corporate. So I just kind of followed the same blueprint in the leadership and organization development field. So
That's
that's kind
great.
of how I did that. Yeah.
That's
Well,
Yeah.
great. Well,
Yeah.
congratulations
hopefully
on
I'm
all of your
talking to
accolades there for doing such amazing work So in today's world of just complete chaos,
Right. Oh my gosh.
so
It's
how are
insane.
I mean, right, every aspect from private to public to government is like, oh my God. So how are you because this is challenging to
It's
work.
very challenging. Yes. I think the one thing that I'm blessed in is I'm in a field that I can kind of help people pivot during a very challenging and critical time, right? Like, so they're like, what do I do? People are, as we saw in the news this week, Amazon and laying off 14,000 jobs. I mean, all these layoffs are happening at these companies because the number one thing, as we know, that are plaguing our corporations and our actual, our human resources, people, is AI. And we're being, jobs are being replaced by the second,
Mm-hmm.
literally. And so what does one do? Like how I've been at my job for, 15, 20 years, and now I just get laid off. Or I've been at my job for 2 years and I get laid off. It doesn't matter now. And it's like, how do I pivot? And so a lot of my career management, expertise is kind of helping people kind of look at how do I look at what can I do, right? I can go get another job, but then that job can lay me off tomorrow, as we've seen.
Right.
So we're dealing with AI. Those are hot topics right now in HR when people are helping organizations and, more importantly, the employees. Diversity and inclusion, that's being, you mentioned it earlier, it's being challenged on all ends. And so now, um, we're closing the door on a lot of opportunities that used to be there, and we were just making some amazing inroads, and that just kind of like put the gamut on so many opportunities. And then you've got a lot of saying on top of not just AI, but just a lot of our HRS systems and how to manage all of our reporting systems in organizations. We used to use those reporting numbers to talk
Mm-hmm.
to presidents and of companies and owners of companies to say this is why you need to hire a diverse workforce. Well, now even that is being challenged. Some of our reporting structures are being challenged. So
Wow.
it's really it is a difficult time, but I tell people not to lose hope. Is You really have to look at thinking outside the box.
Mm.
um, and if you're trying to be a problem solver, be a creative thinker, because there still are pain points out there that people have that AI is not going to be able to address. And so find that and solve that problem and think outside the box. And that's where you're going to be able to maybe find some employment. The other thing is no longer is just having one job. You have to
No.
have multiple streams of income, is what I also have been telling people about that as well.
And their own, and I think this is a prime it's an opportune time for those to uh create their businesses uh
Yes,
in areas that they have passion and love for. But I
right,
will say, you definitely, if you have a job that is, or even a career that's pretty routine, that is task based, task oriented, that's not, you have to expand your skill sets. You're going to have to upscale your skills, because you really truly need to um stand out in this crowd right now.
right. You have to
Yes.
stand out. There's just, yeah, that's
Yeah.
definitely what you have to do. And so we've been telling not only our clients, but I've been telling even my own, sons that are, recent grads from college and about to graduate from college, and, just really having those multiple streams of income is so important to do and not just think of one way. So,
Yeah, you really
yeah,
can't. So you got to
yeah,
have, and AI is so spectacular. I mean, I have been
There's some
enjoying
good
it.
things.
It
Yeah.
is. So take some
Yeah.
workshops and classes. There's some out there. There are many of them, many people that are doing free ones. And then if you want to pay, Gilbert, can you put yourself on mute? Because I think we're getting feedback from you. Um, so that you should just venture out, and
Yeah.
I grew up, or I came into the business world during the dot-com era. And it was the same thing, right? That,
Yes.
oh, the computers are going to take over and
Take
nobody's
over.
going to
Yeah.
have it. Remember, year 2000,
Yes.
it's going to be
Right.
the end of all jobs. Well, it was the end of some jobs, but it
Right.
wasn't the
Right.
end of all jobs. And so I
Right.
think AI as well. I think there's a lot of forward-thinking people who are, hoping that's going to be the case. But anything that requires like emotional IQ, EQ, anything that requires
Right.
critical thinking, they're not going to replace you. But I went into accounting uh, during a recession back there. I think it was in the early '90s, and I thought, wow, accounting is it, right? Bookkeeping is
Right.
it, because every company is going to always need that,
Need
right? But today, if I was the only thing I was doing, I'd be in
right.
trouble,
You'll be in
because
trouble.
I'd
Yes,
be
you
in
would have been in
trouble,
trouble.
right?
We're not hiring accountants like that,
No,
like we used to. And so
no.
you're right. It's like you've gotta learn different ways to use it. Use AI to your advantage and not use it to take the easy way out, but use
Mm-mm.
it to help you
Right.
become more valuable. I have a saying that I would tell people no matter if I worked at corporate headquarters, like for instance at Nestle USA, AAA, where we had, Nestle, we had 50,000 employees, and people would always ask me, how do I become fast track? I want to get fast track to move up the ranks really fast. And I would always say two things, no matter who it was I was speaking to: become a developer of people.
Yes, that's it. Become a
Become a
developer of
developer
people.
of people, because if I get ready to fast track you and you haven't developed anybody, how can I fast track you? You have nobody else to replace your position.
Right,
And then my
exactly.
next comment is always be willing to stay and be ready to go.
Yes, yes. Always
Be
have a
willing
back.
to stay and ready to go. Mean, be willing to stay. Show your value, show your contribution, show your worth, right? Get your
Yes,
head down, get busy, but also be ready to go. Have your resume updated. Always network. Always, see what's out there. Test the waters on a consistent basis. Have your resume updated all the time, because you never know. I'd be the one that would be, we're having massive layoffs, all those layoffs at Amazon. I was the one who unfortunately sometimes had to do that.
right.
Sometimes I would have to I remember doing 50 layoffs in one day. And that's not something I like to do. It was exhausting. It was emotionally draining. And so, but people were shocked. And I'm like, don't ever be shocked. Be ready to go. So, because you're putting your fate in someone else's hand if you're not ready. And so
Exactly.
that's what I tell people all the time. And then it gives you a sense of empowerment at the same time. You're
Exactly.
empowered because you're in control of your destiny, not somebody else.
And not someone else. And I remember when I worked in corporate
Yeah.
America, for one, I made sure I was the most important person on the property.
There you
so
go.
that everybody had to come to. Well, okay, you hiring?
Right.
You got to go over to Crystal's
Right.
area over
Your
there.
name should be around. It should be in people's minds on the forefront.
and,
Yes. Go see
right, go
Desiree. Go
see.
see Crystal. Go see Gilbert.
Right,
Yes.
right,
Yeah.
because you had to
You
be the
have
most,
to.
and then the next thing, right, you had to be just in case. So the only thing I ever brought personal to my office was a coffee cup and one picture. So if I had to leave, it could all go in my purse when I got up to leave.
I didn't have to provide you with a box, right,
You
Crystal? I
didn't
didn't have
have
to
to know.
provide you
I
with a
put
box.
my Willow Lone coffee cup
That's
and
good.
my picture of my daughter in my purse,
No, right. There
and
you
I was
go.
out and gone. So,
You didn't need a
but
box. You were
I didn't need a
ready.
box just in case. You never know. Uh,
Yeah.
even the most important person on the property might have to leave.
Right. Yes. No, sometimes it was, yeah, I have seeing where we have let go, believe it, the top presidents and CEOs, we have walked them out.
Yep.
So it doesn't matter. It just doesn't, you're not that, always know you're not that important, but you're important enough to where you're always on their minds.
Right. But when you exactly,
So,
but when you do, so when I made my transition from corporate life to my own business life, again, I
right.
had become the important person on the property, and so I knew they were going to be calling me to ask questions. So I was like,
Yep.
so here what we gonna do? But I went in with a proposal. I said, here's my proposal.
Yeah.
I need to reduce my hours. And let me tell you why.
Right.
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 And then I gave them
Exactly.
the spiel that you come in and you have, you come in at 8 o'clock. By the time you really get to work, it's like 8:30, 8:15, because
Yeah.
you didn't went around the
Yeah.
office chit-chatting to everybody. I'd been there for
Exactly.
15 years. So that wasn't an issue. They knew I got my work done. So then you go for that break at 10 o'clock. And then you have to
Right.
go to, you go to lunch. And of course, you've been there for 10 plus years, so you might stay a little longer than the average person.
The
And
average,
then
yeah.
right, and then you come back for that 3 o'clock break. So I told him, I said, look, we're gonna cut out all of that breaking stuff, and I'm gonna work
Right.
6 hours for 4 days.
Right. There you go. You're calling the
Hey,
shots. That's
co-host,
right.
it sounds like you're self-snitching. You're snitching on yourself.
They knew, they knew,
Yeah.
and
She gave them a
again,
proposal. They
and
knew.
I had elevated the status so I could do that.
Right. See, that's the thing. And so it's like, yeah, so I always tell people that, and I think we get comfortable, right? And when you get too comfortable, then that's when you start being obsolete.
Yes,
And so you don't want to do that on a consistent basis. And so I think right now everybody just needs, and we need to support one another. So I'm really
yes,
big on just really trying to support other businesses, small businesses, helping each other out, because right now that's what is needed, instead of always going to the big conglomerate. So if there's a way to do that, let's do that. Let's support one another in that area, which is why, all the work that is going on with small businesses right now is so important to get them ready for all this wonderful work that's about to come into the city. So I'm
exactly.
excited. I'm excited about all of that as well. So
Yeah.
I think that being I think as an HR consultant to a lot of organizations, we also help them get ready to, help shift their culture,
Mm-hmm.
and they say they want to be a particular type of culture where employees are happy and employees want to come to work and give their best. And then I go and do maybe an HR audit or a cultural audit, and this is not a place people want to come to, and they don't feel welcome. They don't feel like they can bring their best. And so then we come up with recommendations on how to help shift that culture and how to actually provide, whether it be not only just training, but coaching, programs, things that they can do to really kind of help employees feel like they are part of this organization so that they stay. And when they do
Mm-hmm.
stay, they stay and give 150%. We
Right.
always talk about you want your employees to give, more than what they're hired to do. And if they're only
Yes.
doing the bare minimum, then you are losing. I said
And
you are
you
losing
are,
gracefully.
because yeah,
So
and you're doing a disadvantage to you, because
yes,
whatever you're learning in that environment, when you do leave, you don't
right.
give that back, right? So if
No,
they
no,
invested in your education, or you learning new things, or going to
right.
right training and things like that, you're gonna take that away. Only thing you're gonna leave is your door key. And then at that
Right.
point, you're gonna be leaving out with
Yeah,
everything that they
that's
gave you.
right.
So now put
Yes,
that on your resume individually,
yes,
and
yes.
now go out and go find you that job, right? Or
And Crystal, I tell people to keep a running resume log, like
yes.
literally. So some people say, well, I don't have a resume. I don't know how to keep it. What do you mean be always have your resume updated? Don't worry about making it looking pretty and the way it's presentable, right? I
Mm-hmm.
don't care if you just have a file and it's bullet points. Every time you do a new project, program, training, conference, whatever that might be, you're working on a task force group, just go in there and put it in there in a bulletproof, bullet kind of format, right? And
Mm-hmm.
you can go later when, if you happen to leave or get laid off, now you can put it in this nice, format of a resume, because you have all the information. But 9 out of 10 times people would come to me and say, I need help with my resume. And they don't have anything for me to put on there. Like, how can I put anything on there? And they've forgotten what they've done. So a lot of times we
Right.
forget. So if you just have a document that you can open up when you come back from that meeting, put that in there. Don't worry about how it looks. Just put it in there so you won't forget, because people will forget all the wonderful training opportunities, programs, task force groups, anything of that nature. Keep that in. And if you get emails, somebody saying that, you did a great job on that program, blah, blah, don't worry about how do I find that later. Have a file on your computer and just drag and drop, drag and put that email in there. And now you have all these wonderful accolades that people said you did ABC. You don't have to remember it all, because a lot of times you're going to forget. And so, therefore, when you get ready to leave, like you said, with your coffee cup and your picture, make sure you also download that file of all your wonderful
True
accolades
that.
and your running log, right?
In
And
fact, you probably should have taken that home like 2 weeks
well,
before the event was coming.
I actually would keep it. I actually would keep one on my laptop as well.
Yeah,
So, and I would have that in the cloud or whatever. So that way you don't even have to worry about it, right? Like, and you have
exactly,
that, and you have
exactly.
access to it. But you should always have that. You should
Yeah,
always keep that going.
yeah,
Yeah.
because everything is cyclical, and so everything there's
Yeah.
this is just no different than when the market crashed in 2008. It's no
Yes.
different, right? Because
Yes.
people lost jobs, right? Same thing
Right.
with the pandemic, people
Same
lost
thing. Yeah.
jobs. So this is no different, but you if you were able to remote before, I
Yes.
think you can work
I think you
remote
can do it
now.
now. Yes. Yeah.
And you don't
Yeah.
have to do, and you really know how to do remote. So you don't have to do it in the United States. You can do remote around the country, around the
Around the
world,
country. It doesn't
right?
matter. It doesn't matter. Yeah.
Exactly. So now
Yeah.
there's plenty of opportunities that are out there. And so people shouldn't panic. And I know the other day, a friend of mine sent me, it's like, oh my God, the AI is going to take all the jobs. We're going to lose all the jobs. And oh my God, we're losing jobs. And I was like, well,
Yeah.
actually, to date, 3,900 jobs have been lost, as according to for those that are lost it due to AI. And AI is
Yeah.
not perfect yet, so
No, it makes mistakes.
it
People need to understand that they need to check that, and they shouldn't go to the bank with it either. So
no,
there's ways to that you can work around that. It's just there as a support, and to, give you kind of a head start of thinking of what you need to say or do, and use it for that, but not to replace, because if you allow that, then there you go, you're replaceable if you're just going to use AI as it is. So
yes,
again, just, really having, being ready. And, it's something you mentioned earlier. I have, like, 13 different assessments. I'm certified in all these different behavioral assessments. And I think I paid out of all of those, I probably paid for one. I never paid for any of my certifications.
right.
My any of that, I was certified. I got certified through my companies that I worked for. And so whenever they were saying, "Hey, we have this opportunity, take it." And I remember you brought up Franklin Covey. It's old school, right? We're old school, old Franklin Covey.
Mm-hmm.
I remember, um, you know, I wanted to get certified on how to teach the 7 habits of highly effective people. And that time that I got certified, the company paid for me to go get certified, which at the time was, close to about $8,000 to get certified, something crazy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They paid for it. I had to work. I still had to do my job that week. So that week I probably worked about 60, 70 hours. But you know what? It has paid dividends because of it. because it opened so many doors. When I started my business, when I left corporate, which by the way, this March coming up, it'll be 20 years in business. I've been
Wow,
there 20
congratulations.
years. Yes, yeah.
Congratulations.
So I left corporate 20 years ago, this March coming up in 2026.
Okay.
And when I left, it's like, gosh, you know what? It opened up so many doors. I called Franklin Covey and then became one of their facilitators, you know,
Wow.
because I was already certified at my company. And so they were like, oh, yeah, they flew me to Utah and basically then said, yeah, we'll bring you on. Kind of really kind of opened up the doors for me to become a trainer professional on my own and start getting my own clients eventually. So take advantage of those opportunities. Don't just turn your head, I'm too busy, I'm too tired. Think about it long range, be more forward thinking. Like, how is this going to support me and whatever goals I have, later in life?
Right, right,
And so, that was over 20 years ago, over more than 20 years when I got certified as a Franklin Covey instructor. And here we are today. And so again, I just tell people all the time, see what your organizations are offering and sign up, go. If there's a training, go to the training. You can
right,
say, I got trained in this. I got trained in emotional intelligence. That's one of the hot topics right now, as you said, emotional intelligence, generational training. That's really hot right now. People always ask me to do stuff on generational training. Of course, conflict resolution, communication skills, all of those. They're offering those. Take it and put it on your resume. Put it on your running log,
right. You're
right?
running long just because you have to be prepared. And then
Yeah.
now learn how to use AI. In fact, use AI and figure out how you can translate how your skill sets can translate it
Bingo.
into something else.
Yes. Throw that running log into chat and say, what can I do outside of my current position where I am? What can I do to get started on the side of doing ABC? And it'll probably shoot up so many different ideas. And so you don't even right there, that's your career management coach. Like literally.
Exactly, exactly. You don't even need now.
Throw
You
it
don't
in
need a
there.
human. You just use them. You don't have to pay no money. You just go use them. Claude is free.
And they'll give you
Gemini is free.
so many different ideas. And then you pick
Right.
that one that kind of just really that piques your interest. And so that's what, because people always ask me all the time, like, how did you get started? How did you get your first client? How did and it's really all through networking, talking to people. Like Gilbert said, I saw him at that event. I was like, hey, do you remember me? I could have sat there and said, he don't remember me. I could have
Right.
never stood
Exactly.
up to him,
Exactly.
right? And I'm
Exactly.
like, you've got to go out there and network and talk to
Yes.
people, because other than that, you're no better than the AI. They're not
Right.
talking to people, so that we do still have that as
Right.
human beings.
And
Let's use it
exactly. Utilize that network when you're in the BDP program. You want to network because there are
yeah,
opportunities just sitting there on the
yeah,
table. And people, in this city is big, but it's not. And so unless you're operating in the same environment with the same people all the time, you don't know who else is doing what out there. That was one of the reasons podcasting was so attractive to me, was because it put us out there on the airways, so to speak, on Facebook and YouTube. And so I have this podcast, another one I do on Thursdays, and I do one on Mondays. And so I'll go out and people go, wait, I was at an event on Saturday and this guy ran up to me and he had such a look of expectation. And I'm going, do I know him? I don't know him. Do I
right,
know him? And he's
right,
going, you're. So
yeah,
he said, you do the community briefing. I said, I do. And he was so excited. So you
wow,
don't know who's
yeah,
seeing you. And then virtual workshops, you have no idea who's seeing you. So,
right, yeah, yeah.
and so
You
you're
don't know,
expanding
yeah,
you don't know because, a lot of times they don't ever show their pictures. So,
right.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's cool. So,
Excellent.
you had something, Gilbert? You wanted to ask a question?
Oh, I was going to say, for those of you who are just tuning in, or if you're surfing and you accidentally come across this channel, this is the Business Zone with Crystal and Gilbert. We're on every Friday from 3 to 4:30, 3 to 4:30, not 3 to 4:30. So you guys can tune in, and we always have wonderful guests on our show who share amazing data and information with us. Today, we have no other than Ms. Desiree Saddler, and she's the founder of Saddler Consulting Group, and she's obtained quite a few contracts to help our clients in organizational uh, training and development, and she also does HR. So, guys, if you're running an organization and you have not thought about HR in a while, you have not thought about how you go about hiring people in a while, you may want to reach out to Ms. Sadler here because she is properly trained. And the one thing that I was bragging to her about, or bragging about her about, is the fact that she's exceeded over 10,000 hours of training. So that's what puts you in a expert category. So if there are people out there who say, "Oh, I'm an expert. I'm an expert." Okay, so the field in which you operate, have you acquired more than 10 hours of training or hands-on activities in that area? And if they can't tell you yes, then that means they're not an expert. So she is that expert, and her accolades speak to that. So, guys, you can find us on YouTube. Let's go to YouTube in the search window. You type The Business Zone with Crystal and Gilbert. You'll find us. And you'll see all of our shows. We've got over 800 videos of shows and workshops and training that we've done live on the air. So you can check us out. Now, the one thing I wanted to also say, the folks that are in the chat, you can also put some contributions in the chat too. Tell us what you're thinking, because you're here listening to Miss Desiree, and I know you guys want to add stuff. So if you want to add some stuff, just go ahead and put it in the chat, guys. Just say, "Hey, yeah, I was thinking about that the other day," or "Yeah, that's something that worked for me." Just put it in the chat so we can have a conversation, because this is like, this is like we're having a cookout. We're hanging out and we're just talking, vibing. That's what we're doing here on the Business Zone. So if you have any information about business, entrepreneurship, contract opportunities, anything at all. So the one thing I'd like to add, and Desiree, Crystal asked you this earlier, and you mentioned, folks want to keep their skills sharp so they can stay employable.
Yeah.
But I also like to go the opposite end of that.
Okay.
And I like to promote entrepreneurship. So, I don't believe in working for the man. I don't believe in working for somebody else. I always want to work for myself and make my money and keep my money and get rich on my own doings.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
if
Same
there's
here.
if there's some of you out there, we're thinking of starting a business, but you don't know how. You're
Yeah.
thinking of starting a business, but you don't know if you have the team in place or what type of resources you're going to need. That's how you reach out to us here. Reach out to Coach Crystal and I on the Business Owner. Reach out to Miss Desiree Saddler. She helps with those types of things as well. So I want you guys to think of that the next time, because I don't know if you guys know, but a large number of folks become entrepreneurs in 2020 because there's no jobs. No one was working. Everyone was home, and people had to make money. So people became creative. I see people bottling and packaging hand sanitizers, masks, and all kinds of stuff. They never did that before. But they
Right.
did it, and they shipped it, and they marketed it, and it made some money for them and their family. So, don't wait until times get so hard like it is right now. Start thinking about entrepreneurship and start thinking about your legacy. What are you leaving for your kids and the family? Start your business. Now,
Right.
that,
Exactly. I had a young lady, Gilbert, speaking of when I was during that time, she was out of the country in Greece, and
hmm
she had a cleaning business here in America with a
hmm
team of employees, and she made $300,000 in 10 months.
Wow.
in
Wow.
in 10 months, three
I
hundred
love
thousand
it.
dollars. We hadn't
I
even got
love
to
it.
so
that's
by the time
amazing.
the 12 months came up, she wasn't even here. She wasn't even in the country. So
Wow.
you just have to put your entrepreneurial hat on, and there's an opportunity out there always, because that's just what it is. I mean, if there's something a downturn somewhere, there's an opportunity on the upturn. That's how an entrepreneur sees it.
Yeah.
Right, you're not restricted as what you do. So AI has opened up so many opportunities. You learn how to use it, and you can be a marketing strategist, and you don't have to spend all night long working on any of that. You just tell one of those chats what you want it to do,
Right.
and it will shoot out information. I use it for all the podcasts. I mean, I run like four businesses, so I couldn't do all of that without chat. So you guys need to really take advantage of what the opportunities that are out there. But before we close out the show, I want to talk about the book. So
Yes.
Miss Desiree is now a published author. I am so envious, because that is the one thing that I have yet to do in my career. And it is on the very close horizon. I only have three more chapters to go,
There you
and
go.
and so it will be done soon. By the end of the year, that's my date. So by the end of December 31st, I'll have it all finished
There you
and be
go.
ready to go to publishing. So
What a
tell
way
us
to
about
close out
your
the
book.
year.
Yes, it was a great way to
Yes.
tell me about your book. Let me see if we can get it on the screen,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
so they'll know where to go get it. There we
Well, they
go.
can get it through me. I would rather them get it directly to
Through
me,
Okay.
and they could just email me. And I think you have my email, or I can put it in here as well.
Yes. Okay.
Um, and it's called Faith, Friendships, and Business. And literally, this has been a long term goal. Talk about putting yourself out there. I was telling some of my consultants that I work with, I contract out work to, that my long-term goal is to get published, but it was way too daunting of an idea with everything going on running the business. How do I get it done? And one of my colleagues that we've collaborated various different projects, Tiana Sanchez, she has written a number of books, and I said, "I'm so proud of you. Like you've done it. You're doing what I want to do." And so, because she knew that, because I've been talking to her about it over the years, when the opportunity arose, she said, "Hey, I might have a good way for you to kind of dip your feet in the water a little bit without jumping all the way in and doing a whole book. And would you like to be one of the authors to a collaborative author book?" And I said, "What a fabulous idea." Yes, 100%. And then when we decided what the book was going to be about, faith, friendships, and business, I said, "I'm definitely in." So I was like 100%. And so we started meeting. The whole program, process rather, was done so well that I think we were able to, from start to finish, from the time we decided to do it, not just talking about it, but actually
Mhm.
beginning the process, it took about 6 months, and which was incredible. And it would, I think we released it on May 31st, and on Amazon. So you can get it on Amazon, but those I would prefer if you get it through me directly, but you can get it on Amazon. And when we released it on Amazon, um, it became the first week we got bestseller,
Awesome.
bestseller.
Congratulations.
Yes, yes, in three categories in faith-based books, self-help books, and also management, business and management. And so we were just super excited. And today we just found out, this morning I woke up, we had a chance to actually do the audio version of the book. So each
Oh,
author
awesome.
each author actually went into the studio and read their own chapter, and then it's now being released on Audible, and it's I think it's Spotify is the other one, but there'll be other platforms later on in about a week or so that you can also find it as well. And my chapter is all on faith-based decision making on values and your values. And so I would definitely hope that you purchase it. I think you'll be blessed in so many different ways. Each author brings their own set of experiences. I use about three separate experiences through my 20 years of being as a consultant. I
Mm,
didn't even go back all the way to my corporate life. I used just my small business experience and how I have, definitely leaned on my faith and also friendships through business. I have a number of friends that have supported me with the business that I have hired, and they have supported me to make sure everything runs well with Saddler Consulting Group. My senior consultant here in Haywood has been here for 15 years.
mm-hmm.
Desiree Lumpkin has joined the group about 2 years now. I mean, so how you manage business and friendships and keep the friendship, intact is by leaning on your faith and making sure you're like-minded when it comes to that.
Right.
Because then, therefore, as we know in business, it doesn't always go as smoothly as you may plan. And what happens then to that friendship when it doesn't? How do you work through that?
Right.
Um, and so we really have I've used my faith to help me deal with a lot of those nuances. But more importantly, I wanted to talk about the book. In the book, I talked about making decisions and how do you make decisions when your back is against the wall. Another consultant, Tamika. Tamika's on here. I just saw that. Hi, Tamika. Tamika's here, and I've done an HR consulting work with her as well as she's also a portfolio advisor. And Sherry Betts is on here. Sherry Betts is also someone that I've done some contracting work out with, and Sherry has a great book out as well, The ABCs of Self Care. And so just surrounding yourself with people, like-minded people that are really positive, good people going forward in life, that share also your same faith, I think is so important, and it just really gives you that longevity that you're looking for.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, you have to have your tribe, man, because that's the only way
Yes.
you get through. And then you definitely need God in the early days of your business because you're not making no money. So on a regular.
No, you are not.
So
And then
you
how do
need
you go through the ups and downs too,
right,
right? It's like,
exactly. So you
yeah,
need to
because
call on him all the time. Lord,
yes,
right?
right.
So that's pretty awesome. Uh, uh, and I love the fact that one, your audio, because everybody's listening, and I do both. I buy both. I buy the
Yeah,
written one, and then I have the audio. So when I'm working, it can read it to me,
yeah,
and then when I want to read it, then if I need to mark some stuff down,
right.
then that's important as well. But congratulations
And
to
we do
you.
have it on ebook as well.
Okay,
It's on
cool, cool.
Kindle. It's on so today just really so excited. I'm just so excited that I couldn't believe it. I woke up this morning and said, "What a perfect day! Like I'm gonna be on this podcast," and it's like live on Audible and Spotify today, and that was just a joy to kind of go into the studio and be able to read the book. So I'm excited
That's
about it.
awesome. And at
Yeah.
the end, this I usually clip up the podcast, so there'll be excerpts that'll be all over housed over on our YouTube channel. So please go over and utilize them in the selling of your book, talking about your book and so forth, because that is one of the best ways. And I say, Gilbert, well, she brought her tribe with her. That's a whole lot of people we can have as guests on the show.
Yeah, yes, we can. Oh, Lexi. Hi, Lexi. So glad you were able to join. Another one who also worked with me in the past. Oh my goodness, thank you so much, everybody being on board. I love this. I love it. I
Right.
just seeing people come through. That's awesome.
And we're just gonna ask one favor. If everyone would go over to our YouTube channel and hit the subscribe button, so then you guys get notifications. So when you come on and be guests, then there you go. Everybody in your household and everybody you know will actually see you online.
Yes.
It'll be awesome experience for you. So let us know, and we will get out the. I think you already have the link because you guys couldn't be inside of here without it. and you just
Yeah.
send us over your bio and your headshot, and we can get you scheduled out for the rest of the year.
Oh, they do. And they do it fast too. We're on it.
Okay, so you guys, that's all you need to do.
are
we'll put our email address in the chat and just send it to us, and we'll get you on. Desiree, you've been awesome. Please feel free to come back anytime. I think what you're doing for LATCO is absolutely amazing, because even right now with all of the stuff coming out of Washington, who knows what the children gonna be learning. And I work out with a lot of teachers, and they're so frustrated with with what they can and cannot teach, and it just it suffocates them, and the administrators are also suffocating because they're getting yelled at as well. So it's just
they
really
are. Yeah.
it's really hard in spaces where you don't have as much say as a governing body in place, and so that kind of dictates whether or not you're gonna teach or not.
Right.
I'm putting your contact information
But
in the
thank you so much, and we do appreciate you, and you're welcome to come on at any other time you'd like. And so I will probably see you at the BEP I teach probably in December. I think I teach a class in December.
Okay.
And
Okay,
mine,
great. Oh,
yeah,
great. Okay.
yeah, mine's is the accounting class that I teach. So I
Okay.
will,
Okay, awesome. Thank
yeah.
you.
So you guys can, and guys on her email, her email.
I
That's a
re-put the
.com.
email. Yeah, I
Yeah.
just put it back in. If you can repost that into the
Okay.
big chat.
Yeah.
Because I think it was
I'm
a
trying
comma I
to
was
put
typing
your contact
fast.
Yeah, no
information.
problem. So we are so pleased that you were here for
Gilbert,
us.
I
And
think Gilbert was saying something. I didn't hear you, Gilbert. What were you
Gilbert, oh
saying?
wait a minute, let me because I had turned him down just a little bit so his back feedback wouldn't be so much. There you go,
I'm,
Gilbert.
I'm trying to put your contact information in the chat. So I have your
Okay.
phone number. Can you tell me
Mhm.
what number you want me to put in here?
Oh, did you put and you got the correct one right there? The
The
Yeah, I put it.
the
Yeah.
310. Is
uh-huh.
that correct? 310-779. Is that correct?
Yeah, yes, and you can also you can put the 310 number in, and I also put in the 800 number for those, because I know you have people calling from all
Okay.
over, but
What,
I'll put that
what's
in there.
the what's the
I just put it
800
in there.
number?
800-779-4724.
477.
So I just put it in the chat
Yeah,
there for you
here she
to,
just put it in. I'll
eight,
copy it over and pull it over.
yeah,
Yeah,
uh-huh.
I'm typing it in right now, so all I need is
Okay.
the other two digits.
Oh, 844-779-47.
800-779, and then what?
It's 844-779-4724.
Okay. Excellent.
All
So
righty.
there's your contact information there in the chat.
Perfect. Thank
So
you.
folks, if you are listening to this, whether it's by LinkedIn or free Facebook, or even on YouTube. That's a contact number to reach this fabulous lady. Her name is Miss Desiree Saddler, and she has a lot of accolades, guys, more than all of us put together. So please go and check her out. She's got a book, and the book is called Faith, Friendship, and Business. Just so most of you know, that combination doesn't usually work where you have faith, friendship, and business coming together, but she makes it work. She makes it work. So you need to find out her strategy, what it is that she puts together that make those three elements come together and work. So again, this is Miss Desiree Saddler from the Saddler Consulting Group. She has an amazing team with her. They're here to support her. I'm envious of your team. I don't have a team to support me like this.
You got Crystal.
I'm
So
chopped liver now.
I got Crystal, but I need like 8 more of her.
Oh, it took me a while it took me a while. It doesn't happen overnight, believe me. It really doesn't. No.
Yes, yeah.
It's a lot.
So this is
Yeah.
amazing, though. This is amazing, and I really, really appreciate you coming on here. My
Thank you.
co-host and I, we are truly appreciative of you coming here today, and you brought your tribe with you. So we
Yeah.
really
Thank
appreciate
you.
that too. Do you have
Try.
any parting words that you want to share with the audience?
Yeah, you know what? I just would like to say this. I think, you know, when you really just stay true to yourself and you really serve a higher power and you stay focused on that, when you believe in yourself and believe in people that are good to you and they are really there for you, you're going to get your rewards. Like
Right.
just stay consistent, treat people with kindness and love. And I think it will all work out in the long run. And it may not happen right away, so
Yeah.
hang in there. Like, don't think because like I said, you keep trying and you think, am I ever going to get that contract? No. I mean, I know a lot of my colleagues and some colleagues that are on this call, we talked about, oh my goodness, like, how am I ever going to get that contract? I spent 20 hours on that RFP. I spent 30 hours on that RFP, and it just hasn't come through. I would definitely, say, hang in there, just keep trying, but surround yourself with good people and it'll all take care of. So, oh, I saw someone else, Missy. Hi. I don't see all the people. If they say something, then I
Yeah,
say,
then you see them because
so
they
thank
they're
you.
down in
Oh
there.
my gosh. Yes. Thank you so much,
So we got
everybody, for.
Desiree Lumpkin in here.
Yeah. Oh,
Uh,
Desiree. Yeah. 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 She was on earlier. I said hi. She's the one that helps me with that
Well,
FTC
now
contract.
is Desiree related to Mr. Lumpkin? Because that's not just a regular name out there.
Oh yeah, I'll let her make that decision if she
Okay.
wants to. Oh, Ariel, hi Ariel, that's my marketing person. She's amazing. Yes.
And then I'm gonna ask on Sherry. Is it Sherry Betts? Is she related to what was his name? Ronald Betts or Jesse Betts? Because I know that
I'll let her
because
answer
those
that
names are
too.
also not that common. So
I
those
know.
are people
I'm
that
like, I'm
I
gonna let
know.
them answer that.
Okay, when
Desiree,
they come on,
Desiree doesn't want to
I'll
incriminate herself.
when they come on, I'll do my interrogation at
Oh,
that time.
Carrie says for sure. It's Kathy for sure.
Ah, okay,
Kathy, I
okay,
guess.
cool.
Yeah.
Okay, 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 all right. Because I'm like, wait a minute, I know some bats and I know a lumpkin.
Oh, okay. Desiree has
It's her
confirmed. Yes,
father-in-law.
father-in-law. I knew,
Father-in-law.
I knew it was, but I was like, that's my HR coming into play, right? Like, you don't give out people's personal information.
Right, exactly, exactly. Well, Mr. Lumpkin was a neighbor neighbor of my
Oh,
brother-in-law, and that's why I knew that. And he played tennis,
yes,
and so we
yes,
all play tennis. So the Lumpkin name means something. We
yes.
did a tribute for him at our park
Oh,
when he
I
crossed over. So
know.
that's why I knew that name. I was like,
I
wait a minute,
know.
I know that name.
Oh, yes,
She said,
exactly.
she said yes. It
And
was
she
father-in-law.
said she claims Mookie too. Okay.
Which Mookie? Mookie Betts?
She
I think
claims
that's
Mookie.
Cassie.
Yeah, she claims Mookie Betts. Come on, Mookie, you can do it tonight.
Wait, I know those names.
Yes,
Well,
yes.
Desiree, it's been such an honor, and
Oh, thank
please,
you.
we wish you the very best and book
Thank
just to
you.
keep moving up the ladder there,
Yeah,
and I'm
definitely.
sure there's another book on its way soon.
There you go. Now that
'Cause
I got my
I,
feet wet.
yeah, now that you
So,
got your feet wet, I hear that it's easy
Yes.
to jump right back on in there.
Yeah, it is a
Desiree,
lot
I've got a
easier.
question for you. So, when you woke
Yes.
up this morning, you were
Yeah,
very excited about being on this podcast. So,
I was.
is this podcast everything you thought it was going to be?
It was everything it was gonna be and more. It was,
Uh-huh.
it was,
Thank you.
it yeah, it was not what I thought, but it was what I thought and more. You know what I mean? So there you go.
Awesome. Well, we're glad.
Oh,
It's just like sitting in the living room getting to know each other. That's how it was
that's
designed.
how we
So
do it here, man. That's how we
Yeah.
do
right,
it.
exactly.
We're family.
Thank
And
you
again,
so much
feel
for
free
joining us.
You're
feel free to
welcome.
come back anytime to promote your business, promote any services you're offering, because that's what this platform is all about, to help
I love
small
it.
businesses
Yes.
obtain resources and gain access to resources and meet talent like yourself and your team and my co-host and I. And, we try to
Perfect.
bring as many entrepreneurs on this program because remember, the people are not just listening to you here in Los Angeles. They're listening to you in Venezuela, in Ghana,
Right.
Nigeria, South Africa, Egypt, you
Yeah,
name it.
my daughter's listening to us in Egypt, and my
Oh,
grandbaby.
wow. Oh,
So we
Yeah,
got people all over the world that's
I love
listening.
it.
So
I
yeah.
love that.
don't you never
So
know. They
thank you.
may they may need to develop a program in one of those countries and
You
reach
know,
out.
Yeah.
I fly.
She says, I fly. Well, I do. There may be an opportunity in South Africa because I have
Ooh,
my girlfriend, one of my best friends. Her family lives in South Africa, and I do an entrepreneur. I teach kids how to be entrepreneurs,
I
and
love
so
that.
I introduce them to the program that we utilize. So they're looking for investors right now to get it started.
I would
So
love to
and
talk to you about that. And I have a program for you for that. So we need to talk
okay.
this stuff.
All right, we
Yes.
definitely, yeah, that's
Yes.
mine. That's my passion project is working with
Yes.
the kids. I've been doing that for 17 years and
Okay. Very interesting.
absolutely
Yeah.
love teaching kids. I do that throughout the summer and in the early part of the spring, and our kids compete. And so I was in New York a couple weeks ago. One of my kids went to New York, and she was in the national competition. And the
Awesome.
year before, I had two in the national competition. So
Ooh.
yeah,
Hey.
love it, love it, love it. These are the future, our future, our future.
100%. Yes.
Yes, we will definitely talk.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
Well, I
we
think
good.
I'm going to take another stab at this and try to promote my program again. That's coming up on November 11th. It's the next level contract readiness program. So let's see if we can bring that up and see how that goes. Let's see here. Let me try to share my screen real quickly.
See if it works.
Okay, there it is. All right. So, can you all see it?
Yes.
Wait a minute. Let me see. Let me move this. Let me move us over to this one. Let me see what's happening here. There we go.
Got it?
And it should be coming. Let me take off the caption. That'll make it easier to come in. Might make it easier for it to come in. It's trying. There we go.
All right. So it's there?
Yeah, not yet. It's trying to come through. There we go.
Okay. So this is a next level contract readiness mentorship program. And I purposely call this a mentorship program because it is mentorship. It's not a regular workshop or people just talking and anything to that effect. This is where I'm going to professionally hold entrepreneurs' hand and guide them through the process. Teach them how to develop their capability statement, their statement of qualifications, how to write winning proposals in response to RFPs, or in response to RFI, RFQ, you name it. They're also going to receive some free proposal templates in this program, free statement of qualification templates, uh, a digital platform with over 100,000 different contract opportunities. Help the participants in the program obtain at least one government certification. So whether it's a DBE, SVE, MBE, WBE, or whichever certification you want for your program or for your marketing opportunities, I'm going to help you with that, guys. Technical assistance and support, coaching. You guys are going to receive coaching for up to a whole year. No other programs out there offer that. And I offer that because I believe in my program and I have nothing but confidence in it. And I know when you guys come to this program, you too will feel that level of confidence and now feel like you can go on and take on these contract opportunities from contract providers, whether it's city, county, state. I'm going to hold off on the Fed opportunities unless you guys want to submit a grant. Then I'll help you guys with that too. But this program starts November 11th and it goes through February 10th. So November 11th, 2025 to February 10th, 2026. There are 12 classes and we're going to cover a variety of things. One of the classes we're going to cover is finance. We're going to cover looking at QuickBooks, and my co-host Crystal is going to be hosting and facilitating that workshop. I call her a guru, and she's a QuickBooks certified expert in this area. I don't know any other certified QuickBooks expert in this area. She is. So she's going to be teaching that part of the program for us and for you guys. Teach you guys how to look at your finances, your financial statements, and a lot of other things. We're also going to bring in. I reach out to a bank, and they're going to come in and they're going to talk about how you guys can obtain lines of credit. So before you guys do that, we will prepare you what bankers are looking for and have you ready. So then when this banker shows up to talk to you about lines of credit, then you guys can articulately speak to them and find out how they can help you. They're planning on extending lines of credit anywhere from 20,000 to 50,000. That's a good amount of money to have right now in your small business. So you can hire folks or you can use that working capital. But with the 2026 FIFA World Cup events coming up and the LA 2028 Olympics coming up, you guys are going to need that. So you can get your contract opportunities, perform, and excite these contract providers. When I say readiness, I'm not just talking smack. I'm talking real readiness, guys. So we're going to help you to have all your back office in place, be able to bid on contract opportunities, be able to obtain government certification, and your financials are going to be in order because my co-host Crystal is going to make sure that you guys have what you need. Okay.
So Gilbert, I'm going to have to give you a little plug here. Tamika is asking, where's the link to access the page? And
Ah,
I am going to let you know that some of the people I know that's on this call, my tribe, would be benefit from this. And just to let you guys know, one of the things that helped me scale, Gilbert was like, I want to have 8 to 9 people. He's helping me, and I done scaled. I done scaled and been able to get 8 or 9 people. And so I've been to some of these mentorship programs, these accelerator programs, and they do help you. I've gotten funding, like you said, from a city national bank. So it's not some fly by night bank.
right.
Oh,
Get
awesome.
funding. You can, I mean, through going through various different ones. That's why when I see them and I have the opportunity, whether it be the first one that I met Gilbert with, or I'm now with the, business evolution program, I look for different ones. So right here, this is one that can get your feet wet, get in, because it's like when you start seeing the benefits that you gain from them, because they'll give you all these templates and then you start using them for your business, like getting a business canvas ready. I mean, all of that, all your capability statement, you're going to need all of that to get certified as a small business, minority owned, women owned, all of that. And these programs like Gilbert's will help you get there. Like, and you don't have to figure it out yourself. Like, there's so much information out there and it can be very daunting and very overwhelming. So I would just, if you have the time, sign up. He's telling you there it is. And he does have an amazing back office that I'm using. And I just had a meeting with him the other day on making sure I'm using it more because I need to use it more. And it's an amazing program. Has a CRM in there. Yeah. So I would definitely encourage you if you're interested. There it
Thank
is.
you for that,
Register. So I
Desiree.
just
Thank
wanted to give
you
you a
for
little
that.
plug because
Awesome, awesome,
yeah,
So
awesome.
I just put the link in the chat, folks.
yeah,
So
put it in there.
just go ahead and copy it right now before we sign off. Just go ahead and copy that link. When you click on that link, it will take you to our homepage. And on the homepage, you'll see the banner that I just showed you. And there's a lot more. The courses are there. I'm also offering scholarships. So there are scholarships that you guys can get reduced price on participating in this program. When you look at everything all together, guys, all of this stuff that you're getting is going to be for like $100 a class. I mean, you can't find that anywhere else. And especially one whole year of coaching, one whole year of
Right, you will
coaching.
be ready for the Olympics and the All Stars and the football and the everything.
Everything.
So,
Just so you guys know, guys, just so you know, when I charge for counsel for coaching, I'm charging anywhere from $260. Okay, you guys are getting this free, free for a whole year. So keep that in
Yeah.
mind. So please,
Thank you,
see,
Gilbert.
people are filling up. Since we did our informational session on Tuesday, a lot of people are calling and registering. So you guys make sure you get your position in there. Just go ahead and call me. I'll put my phone number in the chat also. If you guys need to give me a call, if you have any questions about anything, please don't hesitate. Just go ahead and call me and I can get you guys set up. I can't wait to go to Desiree's graduation in May because she's gonna be all contract ready and everything. So I can't wait to be there, guys. And
I'm a
that's what I'll
lifelong
be
learner,
doing.
so I keep
yeah,
going. Yeah. Yeah.
you never get enough learning
Yeah.
going on. All right,
Yeah.
guys, we're going to sign off for today. We want to thank Desiree and her whole tribe of friends over there for joining us today. And
Yeah,
you can find this podcast over on our YouTube channel. Go to the Business Zone with Crystal and Gilbert. And
yeah.
if you will, guys will go over and hit that, our guests will
That's
go over and
right.
hit that subscribe button. We really, really appreciate it. I'll put I think I'm putting the QR code on, and but you can also just, like I say, go over and Google. In fact, if you go over and Google 25 years um, serving the needs of global organization, it'll pop up. Or put Desiree's name in, and it'll pop up as well.
I like
So
that.
because I use the key all those keywords over there to make sure that happens. So we want to thank you guys for joining us today, and we're going to sign off. and we're going to see you all next week. And we're going to do probably a class and session. I think we're going to talk about AI for next week. So the QR code's on the screen, guys. Take a picture of that, and it'll take you directly to our YouTube channel. And we do appreciate you all. Have a happy Halloween, but be safe out there. Keep your head on a swivel. It's dangerous in these there streets right about now.
And stay away from that orange man.
Yeah. And we will see you in November next week. And before we know it, it'll be Thanksgiving. Before you know it, we'll be outside of this year. That will be so great. Bye, everyone. We'll see you guys in next week. Gilbert, you want to hit the music?
As a small biz pro, I saw we roll, using procurement, program, and control. As a small biz pro, I saw we grow, using procurement, program, and control. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur.
All righty. Desiree, you are wonderful. You are phenomenal.
Thank you.